It's Monday, June 5th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Topping your headlines, 9 armed teenagers sneaked into a Long Island high school planning to attack a student. The district and a student who came in contact with the intruders are still dealing with the aftermath. Sherry Einhorn has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Emotionally, it's totally devastating.
A Great Neck father is demanding his school district stop using his 16-year-old son as a scapegoat for a major security breach at one of its high schools.
That's the biggest act of injustice they committed because they knew that he didn't do anything wrong.
According to this email from the district to the community, 9 trespassers who weren't students got into Great Neck South High School on Friday, December 16, 2022, in an attempt to threaten a student. But what the community wasn't told at the time was that the trespassers were armed with a taser, pepper spray, and a knife. The district claimed this 16-year-old, who we're not naming, was involved and suspended him for the rest of the year. However, the state education commissioner intervened and he went back to school after 4 months. Do you think you did anything wrong?
No, I don't think so.
The student says the trespassers threatened him.
Before I even heard anything, they just said, if you tell anybody, a teacher, a student, anybody at all, about what we're going to be discussing at this table, we will hurt you.
The teen says the group demanded he take them to the locker room, which he admits he did because he was paralyzed with fear. There was a hearing on January 3rd. The school district had an attorney. The Rodriguez family did not. The proceeding was also conducted in English, which is not the native language of the student's father, and there was no interpreter. During the hearing, the student said, "I didn't go on my own will."
Terrified. Absolutely terrified.
In the end, the hearing officer found the student was not credible, saying he engaged in conduct that was disorderly, disruptive, and a danger to the safety, morals, health, and welfare of others in violation of the Code of Conduct.
I think the student was railroaded.
David Bloomfield is a professor of education, leadership, law, and policy at Brooklyn College. He examined the documents involved in this case.
The security breach is worse because it put everybody in the school in danger. But to then effectively cover up and find a scapegoat is morally as well as legally abhorrent.
When people tell me he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's incorrect because the school is not the wrong place for him to be. He was in the right place. It's just we had the wrong people guarding the school.
The family and their attorney want the teen's record cleared.
That the punishment, even if he was determined to have done something wrong, and we ignore the threats that he received, which caused him to do what he did, was completely excessive and beyond any kind of a reasonable standard.
District administrators refused to sit down with Newsday for an on-camera interview. According to the statement issued instead, they said, the district has reviewed and evaluated safety procedures and implemented additional security measures, that appropriate action was taken, and the security guard working on site the day of the breach was immediately removed. Here's what we don't know and the district isn't telling us. Why was the community not notified that the trespassers were armed and inside the building for several hours in the middle of a school day? Who let the trespassers into the building in the first place? And were any other students disciplined? And if so, how? As for the teen,
I just want to be a normal kid again. I want to feel like I belong there, not like some outcast.
For NewsdayTV, I'm Sherry Einhorn.
For more on this investigation, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Federal investigators are on the scene of a Virginia plane crash that killed several Long Islanders. The FAA says the Cessna took off from Tennessee yesterday, headed for MacArthur Airport. We're told the pilot mysteriously turned the plane around over Long Island and flew over Washington, D.C. before crashing in Virginia. Fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the plane after the pilot was unresponsive. Everyone on board was killed. The owner of the plane says his adopted daughter, 2.5-year-old granddaughter, a nanny, and the pilot were on board. He says they were traveling back home to East Hampton after vacationing at his home in North Carolina. A Mastic Beach man is awaiting an extradition hearing in Florida today, charged in a deadly shooting here on the island. Joseph Scalafani was arrested yesterday morning near St. Pete Beach. Police say he killed Alex Smith a few weeks ago in a parking lot on Neighborhood Road in Mastic Beach. The victim was the brother of former boxing champion Joe Smith Jr. Court today for this Brooklyn woman accused of crashing into a police car in Farmingdale while driving drunk. Jocelyn Rodriguez was arrested earlier yesterday morning on Main Street. The officer was taken to the hospital with a wrist injury. A water rescue in Point Lookout. Police rescued a man and his dog after his boat ran aground in Sea Dog Creek and was stuck in the marsh. It happened Saturday night. No one was hurt. Your money. Now, prices at the pump could soon be on the rise just in time for your summer road trip. That's because OPEC oil has agreed to slash oil production. The average for a gallon of regular gas on the island right now is $3.63. That's compared to $4.90 a year ago. A big day for Apple. It's widely expected the tech giant will introduce its mixed reality headset at its Worldwide Developers Conference today. Coming up, camaraderie on the court.
At the end of the day, it's not about winning. It's about having fun.
Krista Kelman takes us to the Unified Basketball Championship Plus.
Never saw this in Pac. This is amazing. This just shows how much people came out to support love, not hate.
Celebrating pride across Long Island. But first, your hyperlocal weather. Partly cloudy today, warmer highs around 73 degrees. Tonight, we're back in the 50s. Tomorrow, highs around 77. And here's a look at your futurecast. Rain on the way this week, so get ready for it. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can. High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
A local basketball league that's about much more than winning games. Krista Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Moments like these are what makes Unified Sports an incredible experience for all students.
At the end of the day, it's not about winning. It's about having fun.
This is Unified Basketball, a sports program open to students of all abilities with the goal of increasing awareness and acceptance of students with disabilities.
Kids that normally wouldn't have an opportunity to participate in a sport now have an opportunity to be involved and do it in a meaningful way.
Nassau Unified Basketball has doubled in size since its inception 7 years ago, and the coaches say these games bring out more fans than some winter basketball games.
Kids in the hallways are congratulating our kids, and our kids love it. They feed off it. They're more confident. It's just such a nice thing to see.
Nassau has 4 ability-based divisions of 13 teams who average more than 50 points per game. Students without disabilities or helpers are there to pass the ball to the athletes. And here at the county championships, plaques and medals are given to all teams.
Are you going to wear that uniform and that medal to school tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm probably going to wear that. Yeah.
You might walk around with the plaque too, huh?
Yeah.
It's just been everything, and seeing the smiles on their faces. You won't see that anywhere else.
Hands in. What do we say on 3? Wildcats on 3, right? Wildcats!
At Jericho High School, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Well done. For more on Unified Basketball, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Pride celebrations sweeping the island this month. There were several colorful events this weekend. Steve Langford reports.
Even on a cool day in early June, it doesn't take a weather forecaster to call for a 100% chance of rainbows across Long Island. But to the surprise and joy of many, a first ever Pride Parade here in Patchogue.
Never saw this in Patchogue. This is amazing. This just shows how much people came out to support love, not hate.
Even the parade's co-chair struggles to express his emotions about this premiere.
Just being able to see this lineup, it's I get choked up. It's truly amazing.
Long Island isn't known for its gay scenes, you know, but these pride parades that are popping up all over, like this one, Babylon, Freeport, even in Queens, the turnout are amazing, and not just from queer people, from people who support queer people.
The Morales family just happened to be in the neighborhood.
We were eating somewhere here, and then my mom said if we should just stop and watch the parade.
There are many pride events across Long Island in upcoming weeks. Most visually, perhaps, what they call the Fire Island invasion on the 4th of July.
The landing at the Pines on Fire Island, an annual recreation that celebrates the first excursion that took place here in 1976. And in Babylon, the first village on Long Island to put on a pride parade, the tradition continues strong up Deer Park Avenue. Long Island proud. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
For more on Pride celebrations on Long Island, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Have a marvelous Monday. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.